You didn't grow up at a country club. You didn't grow up. Now I know you didn't want for anything. You've already mentioned that, but you grew up at John Conrad Golf Course in Midwest City. That it couldn't be any more municipal than that. It's just a great place to grow up. Talk about that. Anything amazing about John Conrad?
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, I grew up across the street from it, which was, pretty neat. It's like you say, it's a muni, but I mean, it's a great golf course, and you know, the I was actually kind of coming full circle this past week. At Sherwood, I was with my caddy, and we were hitting some like 50 yard kind of pitch shots, and when we get in that distance, like that 40 to 70 yard distance, like I never have him get distances. I'm very feel based in that area. And he was, my caddy, his name is Malcolm Baker. He's a former, golfer, played over in Asia and Australia and, professionally. And so anyways, he's a good player. And he just made a note. He goes, it's impressive. Like from this distance, how well how much you rely on your feel and your eyes. And I attribute that to growing up at John Conrad. So first of all, there were no numbers on sprinkler heads. There was the 150 sign or 150 marker in the middle of the fairway, and that was it. So I had to be very field oriented, but also they had an old green that they had changed a hole around, and that old green had become kind of their nursery green slash for me, it was a pitching area. I think it was old number 8. Is that right, Coach?
That's correct. I remember that years ago.
So I wasn't gonna go buy tokens every day to hit, range balls every day, and so I spent a ton of time from 10 years old until through high school at that old number 8 chipping green, from chipping around the greens, and I could go all the way out to 120 yards, but I really spent a lot of time because they would keep mowing this little section of the fairway so I could get nice fairway lies. And of course, when you're 12, 14 years old, all you're trying to do is spin shots. So I was trying to get those spinny fairway shots from as a kid, that 40 to 70 yard range. And so for me, it still has a lasting impact to this day, of course, on my game. And it's, I mean, as you know, it's a really good golf course. And down the stretch, especially the last 4 or 5 holes, you gotta hit some tee shots, and you gotta get, you gotta hit in the fairway, because it's sneaky. It'll get you.
It's got a lot of those small scrub oaks, some really tight holes, not long, but definitely is a wonderful, wonderful municipal golf course in Oklahoma. So I'm glad that has had an impact on you. I think a lot of people think you have to grow up at this amazing facility to get to the PGA Tour. That's not the case.